Hi friends, Carrie from Stretch G. Thanks for coming back. Today's Wednesday, so it's arm day. We're going to do a little bit of work on our wrists today. A lot of my clients have wrist pain. A lot of people come to me in their older years after doing many years of yoga and having some pretty severe wrist injuries. So these couple stretches can actually help you to recover from some of those injuries that may have happened in your yoga practice. I want to thank all of you who are coming back. Thanks for the likes, for the comments, and of course for the subscriptions, because it really helps. I'm in the process of trying to gain 12,000 followers. I am not even close. So I'm hoping that those of you who are watching today will just go ahead and click that subscription button and help me out in my goal of reaching that many people. It'd be super awesome. All right, and for those of you who are brand new to my channel, make sure that you watch this video first. I put together a really short video, it's just a couple minutes long, on what Ki-Hara is and how it works. A couple rules you have to follow. So if you've never done this method before, watch that video, and that's going to help you understand before we just dive right in about how resistance stretching works. Okay? First thing we're going to do is the top of your wrist here, and your wrist really, is like a joint, right? But the muscles are up here and they come down and connect into the top of your fingers. So if we want to stretch here, then we have to start from the fingers and go up to the wrist. So bring your arm up right in front of you like this and let your wrist fall down to where it wants to fall. So this arm is parallel to the floor, my forearm, and my wrist is just bending as it wants. I'm not forcing it, I'm just letting it fall. Now we're going to do something a little different. Usually we strengthen and then we stretch and we just go back and forth like that. But this one I want to get warmed up first. So you're just going to take your left hand, I'll switch it so you can mirror me. If this is your right arm, this will be your left hand, and you're going to push up with your right hand into your left palm and then relax. And push up again and relax. And push up again, and relax. And one more. It should be starting to get a little warm in here. You're gonna just pull your wrist down, but still resist. So if you slipped, your other hand would come up. You just come up like this. And then down again for stretch, and up. And you just go back and forth. This will get pretty tired after a second, that's okay. Just stick with it, or if it's painful, you can stop. We'll do a little problem solving in this video. Now, the other arm. Bring your left arm up so that your forearm is parallel to the floor. Drop your wrist down just to where it naturally drops, and then we'll warm up by putting your right hand against your left fingers, kick up with your left hand, and then relax, and kick up and relax. We'll do that a few times until it starts to get tired, and then you're going to take your right hand and overcome the force of your left wrist, or your left fingers you're trying to push up. So you're going to overcome that force, and you should feel stretch in the top of your arm here. It might even feel like just fatigue, that's okay. We're just going to do a handful of stretches here, maybe 4 or 5. And one more. Of course, if anything hurts, go ahead and stop right away, okay? Now the next stretch you're going to do is for your wrists and for the top of your hands here into your fingers. Your muscles are here. The tendons go through and into your fingertips. So we're going to put pressure on our fingers. So I'm going to push my fingers together, like if I was trying to like crush my fingers together. Like I was smushing something between my hands, right? So you're going to push your fingers together. And then very slowly, pull your wrists down towards the floor while you let your elbows come out. And then lift back up. And then pull back down. This is stretching out the forearm here, and then through your wrist and your hand. If you don't feel that, it's okay to stop. If you feel anything in the top here, make sure you stop at that point, okay? You don't want to go any further than that if you feel it at the top. Remember to keep pushing your fingers together. Now for even more stretch here, bring your fingers together here, open up into a ball, and then continue trying to stay in that ball while you use your arms to squeeze together to bring your wrists back in, and this will stretch out your fingers. So if you see this from the side, as I'm opening, I open my hands up. And some of you know Some of you may not know that before I was a Ki-Hara trainer, before this stretching world became my life, I was a piano player. I played piano professionally for 10 years, and I still play a little bit, and I still teach kids, and it's awesome. So these stretches are very important for musicians, great stretches for piano players, but not just piano players, like for people who type a lot, for people who knit and sew, for people who rock climb. Oh my gosh, these stretches are so good for rock climbers. So good. Okay, now let's go back to our upper forearm stretch and into your wrist, okay? So bring your right arm up and let your wrist fall down, and then push up. Continue pushing up, and since we've done some warming up, it's fine. We can just go right into the stretch. You should feel like you can go a little further. You might even get your fingers involved. So you just pull down, bending at the wrist, and then maybe your fingers, you'll know when it's time to stop. It'll scream at you a little through your hand. So don't try to push it any further than it wants to go. And of course, always resist. You never want to relax in these stretches. Good, now let's try the other side. So pushing up for strength, catching that resistance, and then pull down with your right hand, stretching your left hand, keeping resistance the entire time. Up for strength, and down for stretch. And again, you should feel this all through here. And when you get out of this, go ahead and roll your wrists around a few times. It's a good idea to just kind of get them loosened up because there's a lot of stuff going on in there. A lot of bones that are all through this area. So you want to make sure that you really get them loosened up. Let's do one more stretch, a very simple stretch. You're going to bring your hands together like this in front of you, kind of like prayer pose. You know, you're like this with your fingers together, but really like right in front of your eyeballs. And then I want you to pull in with your thumbs, and then pull out with your pinkies. So it's not really coming from your pinkies, but I want you to think about like your thumb pulling towards your sternum. So I'm rotating this way. And my pinkies are pulling down towards the floor. You can just go back and forth like this a couple times. It's a really good one. Oh. And then there's this thing in stretching called pandiculation, where you just kind of do what your body wants to do. Your muscles will follow you. When you resist and add movement, pandiculation just happens naturally. So you saw me do it just there where I was like, oh, right? Moving around in that way with a little resistance in your fingers, like kind of grab it. This is going to stretch your fascia. Fascia is the skin on top of your muscles, and there's a lot of it that gets tight through here as we get more active with our fingers, right? So take your hands together and just let them move in the way that feels the best for you. If any movement doesn't feel good, you can stop doing it, of course. You know, move in a different direction. Let your body tell you where it wants to go, right? Yeah, I just kind of play around with whatever feels good and just move around. All right, my friends, that's enough for today. That's actually a lot. I'm glad I'm motivated. It's the coffee. I had some coffee. All right, well, don't forget to give me a comment below. Let me know how this stretch feels, or let me know how you feel about Ki-Hara overall, or tell me how your day is. And also, give me a thumbs up if you like this stretch, and don't forget to subscribe so I can reach my goal. I will see you guys on Monday for leg day. Have a good one.